So guys, got an absolutely crazy story. Well,
I just got stung here, so I'll start my story from the shore with Pat.
So me and Pat, we're out here hunting. He's got this flying fox. So while we're out here stunning these flying foxes, we're walking along the coast here. And these trees here that have fallen over, they only fell over yesterday. We had a few sort of westerly winds, and it was enough to actually knock them back over this way. But what's happened is, as we're walking along here, I've noticed some bees, and it's a crazy story about these bees. Well, I think it's pretty crazy and cool. So I brought some bees to the island just over a year ago, and I'm the only person to have brought bees up to this group of islands in Vanuatu, so there is no other bees. And I was still very new to beekeeping. And what happened was, after about 2 months, they swarmed. So when they swarm, they sort of split into two groups. One group stays behind and one group goes off, and that's how they sort of continue their existence. And I saw the swarm happening, and I tried to follow them, chase them through the bush, and but I never found them. I lost them, and then spent the next few days looking for them. And anyway, I couldn't find them. And now it's been over a year, and I'm pretty sure this is the swarm, like right in there. So, like, you know, throughout this island, all these trees, out of all the places that chose this tree here right next to the ocean, and the only reason I've been able to find it is because the tree's fallen over, and now the bees are buzzing at eye level. And yeah, can't believe I found them. Crazy. So I reckon tomorrow I'm going to try and come here with a chainsaw, come here at low tide so the ocean doesn't play a factor in it, and try and recover them, put them in a box, and yeah, I'll have a whole new beehive colony. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll try and get in closer without getting stung and show you. I'll just jump across this one here. So you can see them right in there. I can even see some comb. So I might even be able to get some honey tomorrow. Anyway, I feel I'm about to get stung, which I just did.
So after getting stung by that bee and running away from the rest of them, it was time to continue the hunt. Unfortunately, my battery died as I tried to film the rest of the hunt. We still managed to get a few fruit bats for our delicious dinner tonight. Flying foxes are eaten throughout most of the islands of Vanuatu and provide a great source of protein. After getting back to home base, it was time to skin and gut these flying foxes and prepare this delicious meal, and then start thinking about how to deal with these bees tomorrow.
This is what's for dinner. Beautiful bit of flying fox. You ripper.
It's a new day, so time to go on this bee mission after saying goodbye to my little pet mate Tiggy.
Rightio, this is what I've got packed for this mission. Got the chainsaw and protective equipment. Found some bees that I lost over a year ago, so trying to go get them back. But should be interesting. It's in an interesting location, and I hate getting stung, but I always do get stung. So see how we go. While we've come to retrieve these bees, we brought these coconuts along, and we're just going to set them up here, place them out, and then this afternoon hopefully some wild pigs will come and have a munch on them. And our plan is to either try and catch them or maybe shoot one or two of them. So yeah, just setting it up, and hopefully we get a pig later on. So here we are. That's the beehive. They're in there. So they're right in there if you can see them. So I'm not too sure whether I should maybe cut this away, cut it away and sort of let it fall away, and then get access to them in there. I don't know how deep it goes, whether there's a hole in the tree and they're all the way in there. Yeah, this is going to be a mission, but we'll give it a go, see how we go. Rightio. Boys and I have had a good look around. We've come up with a bit of an attack plan. What we actually discovered when we were walking around, I forgot to bring the camera with me, but this tree here is actually growing into this tree, like previously, and it actually goes through this trunk and connects up and goes through another trunk of this tree. So originally I was going to cut away at this and hoping it would fall away from that, and I'd be able to access the hive like that. But the tree's connected to it. It's like it's sort of become one tree with it. So that won't achieve anything. So what we've decided is I'm going to get up here and I'm going to cut away there. Cut away at that section there, and then hopefully they'll give me access. But yeah, who knows? Hopefully I don't do anything stupid and fall over with the chainsaw. I'm going to be covered up so I don't get stung. And yeah, we'll see how this pans out. Rightio folks, I'm just about geared up. Get these gloves on. Cheers Josh. He set these gloves up when he saw my other gloves were completely buggered.
A big swing and a miss, and there she goes.
See, we got some honey right there, but I've made a mess of it, so hopefully I'll get access to some better stuff.
Being suited up in this astronaut suit with these jeans was bloody hot. It was humid as all hell, and I could feel myself sweating my inside of this astronaut suit, but was happy to get a good chunk of the job done.
Rightio update. That was bloody sweaty hard work. Well, it felt hard to me. I'm not too sure how to progress from here. Looks like I'm just sort of making a meal of it. I mean, I've cut through to getting access, but it's not just like a nice beautiful round hole and they're all in there waiting to be collected. It's all over the shop, and the chainsaw sort of cut up a bit of it. Like, who would know where the queen is? I mean, that's the most important part, is to get to the queen, get her in a box, and get the others to follow. So yeah, I can't have a little bit of honey I've collected, I've made a meal of. So yeah, I don't know whether to leave them be or persist and see how we go. We'll see. I think I'm just starting to rush it and make a mess of it, so I'm just going to leave them be and come back and attack this mission tomorrow. I'll try and show you the hive. I've taken all the gear off so I can get some fresh wind into my face.
This is just a small section of the hive. There's a whole heap further in.
That's the meal I've made of it for now, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have better success. It's the quickest way to solve my current situation. Oh, you beauty. That is just magic. Woo! Woo! That feels good. Recovered. You're beauty.
After waiting till dusk, it was time to go check on these coconuts, and luckily there was 2 nice little pigs there for the taking. Day 3, let's go.
Rightio, we're off to try attempt number 2 with these bees. It's just myself and Pierre. We've got our gear, so give it another attempt. Hopefully we're a bit more successful today. Refreshed. We're trying in the morning so not as hot, and yeah, hopefully we can get the hive and maybe get some honey, but I don't know, I think I've smothered it all with sawdust. We'll see how we go. Rightio, we're just about set. Gonna get my astronaut suit on. The dishes to put any honey in. This is what I'll try and get the bees in, just that box, and then I'll transfer them to a proper beehive box that I've got prepared. Rightio, get stuck into it, see how we go. They're still there, which is a good sign. Rightio, I'll show a bit of a recap from yesterday and what a bit of a dog's breakfast I made of it. But in saying that, I'm actually quite surprised. I was pretty lucky in just sort of guessing exactly the where the hive was and cutting through, instead of like, I didn't just cut through the middle of it. It was just a guess really. But so I cut through here and created a bit of a gap, and the hive sort of started about here. I mean, I've covered it all up with sawdust there, but there's actually comb all through here, and this is the end of it here. So I'm thinking the plan of attack now is to cut across this section here, cut across here, and sort of create a lid and try and lift it up, and then be able to get access to them. Rightio guys, we had a bit of a stuff up. I just had to race back in the Jeep and get the other chainsaw because I've got that chainsaw stuck. So yeah, I kind of buggered that up. So yeah, we had a chainsaw removal rather than a beehive removal at the moment. But yep, we'll make it happen.
After managing to cut free the other chainsaw, I continued cutting away at the hive and managed to cut away this section. Brought it up on shore to try and look for the queen, but was highly doubtful as there was no comb in this section, and usually the queen's always hanging around comb laying eggs.
Rightio, so I'll show you what I've done. Been a bit busy, so I haven't been able to video it all, but got some of the comb here. There's honey and brood and all that sort of stuff. But so what I've decided to do is, because I can't find the queen, is what I've done is I've got this box here and I've put the comb in there that's got brood, some honey, and all that sort of good stuff. And I've created a little hole there, and so what I'm hoping is that they'll all just go in there with the queen. So I'm going to come back in maybe an hour or so, and hopefully they're all in the box. If they're not, well, I'm not too sure from here, so we'll see. Morning guys. So those that have been following along on this bee mission, bit of an update. It's ongoing, so bit of a problem. Yesterday when I took some of the comb away and brought it up here to extract some of the honey and inspect some of the bees, I noticed there was a parasite on some of them.
Here on the head of the bee you can just see that parasite crawling around, dark red in colour. Here's a better example of one on this larvae crawling around.
So, upon discussion with a mate in Oz and looking it up on the net, we've discovered that it is the Varroa mite, which is very bad news. That mite's not yet in Australia, which is very good for Australia, but it is in the US, and I did know it was on the capital island of Vanuatu on Afate, but apparently it hadn't spread to the northern island of Santo, which is where I got my bees from. And I hadn't noticed them on my bees at all, but on this sort of wild hive that I found, yeah, it's definitely got them. So what I'm going to do now is go to my beehives, give them a really good check and make sure they don't have it. If they do have it, yeah, that's bad news. They usually will kill out a colony in 1 to 2 years, and that's the end of that. So I'm not too sure exactly what I'll do if I do discover them, but at least I'll know. But if they're not there, the plan of attack from then is to go to this wild beehive that, you know, I put a cardboard box there, and hopefully they've gone into that. If they haven't and they're still swarmed in the tree somewhere, well, I've decided I'm going to go at night, because at night they're all back there, is to burn it, unfortunately. You know, kill the whole colony, unfortunately. But sometimes you have to you have to do what's best, you know, for the island and for the rest of the bees. So yeah, that's sort of what's happening at the moment. I'm just about to get into my beehives, which are over there, and we'll see how we go. So here's my 3 hives. I'm just going to inspect them. Give them a bit of a smoke first. So guys, here's one of the frames from the first hive I'm inspecting. So what I was sort of reading about this Varroa mite is that they like to go into these cells here, the ones that sort of pop out and are bigger. So they're your drone cells, which is a male bee, and they're a bit bigger. So they go and hide in there until the bees sort of cover it up, and the larvae sort of goes through its process to adulthood, and then breaks that cell open and crawls out. And by the time they break open and crawl out, they'll already have 2 or 3 mites on them. So what I'm going to do is break open a couple of those cells and have a look and inspect if there's any Varroa mites. Rightio, good news. Can't find any in any of the hives, and all the hives are looking really good. 2 of those hives, it's probably time to put some super boxes on there so I can start collecting some honey. And the one that does have the extra box, the super box, yeah, it's not far off harvesting all the honey. Some real nice coverage of capped honey there. So maybe in a week or a couple of weeks, I'll harvest a good lot of honey there. So that's good news. So the other thing is, I'm a tad confused as to how the Varroa mite got onto that other hive. You know, I was sort of, you know, really sure that it had to have come from these guys, because there is no other bees up here. But maybe there is in the wild that were brought up, you know, years ago that no one knew about. I don't know. But I think I'm fairly happy these hives don't have it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to make the decision to burn the hive that I found down by the ocean in that tree. Hurts me to do that, but it's for the best. So yeah, bloody hell, hot in that suit. Anyway, here's a bit of my garden. Basically got pawpaws, cassava, some ginger growing in the canoe there, some passion fruit here, and just other random bits, sweet potato, cabbage, pineapples, a few other fruit trees here, star fruit, dragon fruit. So yeah, so I'm back here at this wild hive. It looks like they have all sort of moved to that box, which is good, so they're all in one place. Anyway, I just wanted to try and give another inspection and try and see how, you know, how much it's spread, and see if I can find some more. I don't know, for my own curiosity, I just want to have a bit more of an inspection, and then tonight I'll have to burn them. So here I am, trying to have a good look at them. So that's the entrance in there. Right there, guys. So yeah, just me and Pat here doing this inspection on this wild hive. So I had a good look at a lot of those bees. It was a real struggle to find the parasite. Like, it's not prevalent, it's not on all of them, but I found it on this one here. So I'll try and show you. So you can see right there, that's a parasite, and I'm pretty sure it's the Varroa parasite. So it's not prevalent on heaps of them. Like, I pulled out a fair few of them, and this was the only one I found it on, and I found it on this bee here as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to burn it. Right, now, as much as it pains me to do this, I had to burn the hive. So she's well underway now. So yep, sad to do, but was necessary.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, share and subscribe to help me along with my YouTube journey.